Hello, chili fans and chili connoisseurs across America and around the world. This is Dale with Dale's Chili. The purpose of this video is to take you into the kitchen and show you how to make a batch of the chili that has won Chicago's Chili Championship 5 times. Winning it once would be great, but we won it 5 times. And it all goes back to 1979 when a bar on the north side of Chicago called Otto's Beer Garden hosted the first great Chicago chili cook-off. We entered. We were awarded best overall. There were 8 to 10 of Chicago's best restaurants there with some crazy fancy chilies that I'm okay with, but I think you're going to find this one to be your go-to traditional, pleases all palates kind of chili with a lot of fresh ingredients. So enjoy the video. Pretty soon I'll have a website called chicagochili.com up and running where you'll be able to buy the spice packet. Then that's all you'll need to get in order to make the chili. Everything else is on the video. Take care and share. Cook chili like a champion today. Okay, everybody, are you ready? In less than 2 hours, you will have created 5-time Chicago chili champion, Dale's Chili. Here's a step-by-step approach. I'm using a double boiler. I hope you get one. It'll make it easier for you, but if you don't have one, it'll still work. Here's the process to make 4 to 5 quarts of championship chili. First of all, you need to start the process by turning on the heat. And we add a 1/4 cup of your favorite vegetable oil. I choose avocado oil. You can choose whatever you want. Oil in the pot. Of course, it'll just take a second to warm that up. Have you done your vegetable prep? Have you chopped 5 cups of yellow onions? If you don't cry a little bit making this chili, then, well, you just got to cry a little bit to make chili. That's part of it. 5 cups of onions in with the hot oil. Now, the saute part in all will only take about 10 minutes. You'll easily be able to saute the onions on direct heat. The idea of the double boiler, which we'll talk about in a minute, is to then, during the 90-minute simmering process, you won't have the chili on direct heat. You'll have it on steam from the double boiler, and it'll just make it so that your chili will not burn. Because trust me, you do not want the tomato products to burn. Okay, those onions have been going for about 5 minutes. They're starting to get a little bit translucent. And the next vegetable to add, now remember, these were yellow onions. Pro tip, to make it so that you cry less, you can put the onions in the refrigerator overnight and cut them when they're cold. You'll have less eye irritation. The next fresh cut vegetable is garlic. Now this is 1/2 cup. It seems like a lot. It is not really all that much, and it really makes a difference with the chili because we're talking fresh ingredients here all the way. Add your 1/2 cup of fresh chopped garlic. We're gonna mix that in with the onions, but just before I say that, how do you chop up a lot of garlic? Well, you might wanna get one of these. It's a vegetable chopper. I use it almost exclusively for garlic. The company name is Xylus. You can get these online somewhere. Garlic chopper. Mix in your onion and garlic together. Now you're only going to need to do this for about 3 minutes because garlic will mix in with the onions nicely. And again, you don't want to burn anything because you're still on direct heat. Also, quite a few stores sell fresh peeled garlic. So all you need is that garlic chopper I showed you and fresh chopped garlic. I get this at Aldi. They got it at Whole Foods. They got it at most groceries. Okay, onions and garlic have been going for a while. Third ingredient, believe it or not, is a pint. Or if you are over in the UK, 500 milliliters of water goes in. Give it a nice little stir, and now you're done. Onion and garlic soup. Okay, we're ready for the beef. This recipe calls for 2.5 pounds of your favorite ground beef. Now I choose 85/15. I figured that has always gotten me the best flavor. Some like it a little fattier and go 80/20. Some like it a little leaner and go 90/10. It just so happens I get this at Aldi, and it just so happens that the packages they put in their case is about 2.5 pounds, so it's the exact right amount for this chili recipe. I'm sorry, this championship chili recipe. All right, the next step is pretty simple. Just gonna add the beef. Just drop it in there. Break it up a little bit. It'll make it easier to stir. Add all 2.5 pounds at one time. All right, beef's in. Now, I have not made this with turkey or chicken, but I'm assuming it would taste almost as good with other varieties of protein. You might want to try it sometime if you're not a big beef fan, but this is the traditional story. Just lots of stirring. Your forearm will feel it the next day, trust me. Goal here is to thoroughly mix the onions and garlic in the beef and get the beef cooked. And this will take only about 5 minutes. Okay, fellow chefs, or as they say on the Bear, chef, we are on our way. The beef has been sufficiently cooked. Now it's time to add the tomato products. You see on your recipe, 2 cans of diced. Now I happen to get them at Kirkland, not because I necessarily like organic, but man, these tops are easy to open. So these are approximately 16-ounce cans. We need 2 cans of diced tomatoes. And we need 2 cans of tomato sauce. All right, time for a good stir. Get the onions and the garlic and the beef and the tomatoes all nice and stirred up. You're on your way, people, to becoming chili champions. Now, here comes the magic. You should have one of these. Dale's Chili, 5-star, 5-time Chicago champion. Special 8, Secret 8. This recipe, unfortunately, is locked in the safe with the Coca-Cola recipe in Atlanta. I can't share it with you, but this is what made this chili a champion. And it's time now to add in all of the spices. Good stir. You'll see the gravy darken with the chili powders, etc., which shall not be named. But it is gluten-free. Don't worry about that. Okay, now you've got it to the point where the double boiler makes all the sense in the world. Because for the next 90 minutes, this is going to simmer. And if you've got this on direct heat the whole time, the chef has got to stay pretty close to the pot to keep stirring it so nothing burns. But if you use a double boiler, now this is a giant 5-gallon double boiler because I make some pretty good sized batches over time. So a double boiler is simply one pan inside of another, and your stew or soup or chili will cook on steam. Steam is 200 degrees, which is great, but steam doesn't burn like direct heat. So that's the pro tip for making any kind of dish where you have to simmer it for 1 to 2 hours or more. Do it on steam, get a double boiler. You can go on Amazon, you can find a 2-gallon double boiler for under $100, stainless steel, no aluminum please, and it's worth it if you're gonna do this regularly. Okay, you got 90 minutes to kill. You can go watch College Game Day like I'm gonna do right now, and just come back and stir every 15 minutes or so until we get to our final steps 90 minutes from now. Set your timer. The chili has been nicely simmering for 90 minutes plus. Tomatoes, spices, onions, garlic, beef, yum. Now, we add a little something to make it special. Kidney beans. You just need 2 cans of these. They're about 16-ounce cans. But you need to drain the cans, rinse them, add your 2 cans of beans to the chili. Celery. 2 cups of celery, chopped. You just take those long celery stalks, slice them lengthways down the middle, and then just chop them up. You can see they're about 1/2 inch or so. And last ingredient, green peppers. This is 3 cups of chopped green peppers. You know, when you clean a green pepper, just cut it in half lengthwise, get all the seeds and white junk out of the middle, slice it up and cube it, and again, about 1/2 inch or so, depending on how much you want to taste. All right. Beans, kidney beans, dark red kidney beans, celery, green pepper. Into the double boiler they go. But you're only going to let this go for 30 minutes because you want to cook the vegetables, but you don't want them to get too mushy. Good luck. We'll see you in 30. Okay, 30-minute timer is off. Let's see what we got under the hood. Perfect. Good job, chef, as they say on The Bear. Good job. Now, obviously this is hot. It's been on steam for 2 hours. And you're looking at 180 degrees. But it's time to turn off the heat and then figure out, are you going to serve it right away? If not, you got to cool it down. And the best way to cool it down is just look up how to do an ice bath. Maybe fill a sink with some water and ice. Set this pot. Now here's the concept of the double boiler. This is a big 5-gallon double boiler. I said I recommend you get a 2-gallon stainless steel double boiler to make this process easy. But cooling it down, instead of just throwing all this in the fridge as it is the best way to go. Putting it in smaller containers, ceramic or glass or stainless steel is the best way to go. But cooling it down as quickly as you can if you're going to store it. Get it down to like 90 degrees before you put it in the fridge. All right, again, great job, chef. Enjoy it. As they say, give a man a quart of chili and he'll eat for a day. Teach him how to make chili and he'll eat for the rest of his life. Hope you liked it. Hope you will like it. Let me know what you think. Take care. Good job, chefs. This is what championship chili looks like. Wait until you taste it. I think your family and friends will enjoy it. Heck, even make a batch, enter it into your local contest and see how you do. Anyway, Dale's Chili, 5-time voted best in Chicago in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Enjoy. Tell your friends.